Tons of engagement rings on sale too. 20% off starts Friday and open this Sunday as well. Details at diamondsdirect.com.
The Crew is back on the road and off to Ohio to take on the Reds.
Here it is. Line to right center. Get up! Get out! Jackson Chourio just took one out of here.
Our coverage of the series starts tonight at 5:05 on your home of the Milwaukee Brewers. News Radio 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
It's 11 o'clock. I'm Greg Matzik. This is Wisconsin's Midday News for Monday, April 8th. Your top story, a total eclipse of the country.
I'm Jessica Ty. The president returns to Wisconsin with plans for student loan debt.
Mostly sunny today, a beautiful high of 64. Tonight, a slight chance of a shower, partly cloudy skies, a low of 47. Tuesday, a slight chance of rain early, then partly cloudy with a high of 60. It's 64 degrees in Milwaukee. At 11:01 from the WTMJ Breaking Newsroom, the Great North American Eclipse is ready to amaze and astonish, but watching it safely will be critical. UWM Manfred Olson Planetarium Director Dr. Gene Creighton says there is a way to safely view.
There are ways of securing glasses. I know that we're going to be handing them out at our events between now and then. So you can get glasses in advance, and you should. You want to get it from a reputable source.
And the closest to totality we will get in Milwaukee should be at peak time about 2:08 this afternoon.
We are now just about an hour away from the President of the United States returning to Wisconsin.
President Joe Biden is heading to Madison today. The White House says he'll be announcing a new student loan forgiveness program, a year after the U.S. Supreme Court struck down his first attempt to cancel borrowers' debt. The Department of Education has since been working on a new rule that could affect millions of borrowers through the Higher Education Act. Today is President Biden's fourth visit to Wisconsin since December. Previous stops have been in Milwaukee and Superior. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
WTMJ's Julian Johnson is in Madison right now. He's going through the security process as we speak. We're going to check in with him live from the event location coming up at 11:46.
Milwaukee police are back in the area near 31st and Galena this morning after human remains were found at that location on Sunday. This after body parts were also found near 30th and Lisbon over the weekend, and also in Cudahy's Warnemont Park last week. Police have not identified if the Milwaukee and Cudahy scenes are connected in any way. One person is in custody connected to the Warnemont Park scene.
A crash kills 5 in Columbia County on Sunday.
Police say a car driven by a 17-year-old female crossed the center line heading east on Highway 60 in the south-central Wisconsin town of West Point, striking a pickup truck. The 17-year-old and 2 passengers were pronounced dead on scene, along with the driver of the pickup. A 5th person died at a UW-Madison hospital. Names of the dead are being withheld pending notification of family members. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
And Walmart has agreed to pay $45 million to settle a class action lawsuit with cash payments up to $500 available to some customers. ABC's Elizabeth Schulze explains.
If you bought weighted products like meat, poultry, pork, or seafood, or if you bought bagged citrus fruit between October 2018 and January 2024, you can now file a claim to get your money back. You can file online or through the mail. If you've kept your receipts, you can qualify for up to $500 back. If not, you can get up to $25, and the deadline to apply is June 5th. If, understandably, you have not kept your receipts for the past 5 years, you can try to retrieve them on Walmart's website.
Customers can check online to see if they are eligible for a settlement payment. The deadline to apply is June 5th. Time for news about your money. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management market updates. Mixed results today on the indices. Modest gains and losses, however. The Dow currently down about 10.5 points at 38,893. The NASDAQ up about 9 points at 16,257. S&P 500 is down a little less than a single point today at 52.03. It's a great time for your retirement and investment strategy review from a fee-only fiduciary. Check out annexwealth.com. Click on the Get Started button today.
Sports, traffic, and weather next. Saudi Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 11:05.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here. Do you have achy joints like a bad knee or maybe an elbow that barks at you and you want to get help, but the idea of surgery or steroids makes you cringe? Well, there is another way. QC Kinetics. It's the future of medicine. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. We're talking natural biologics using your body's own power to repair and restore damaged tissue. QC Kinetics is under the leadership of National Medical Director Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup. Dr. Scheinkup's a pioneer in this field. 20 years of clinical work, tons of research, and he wants to get you relief with the needle, not a knife. QC Kinetics. They've got 2 locations, one in Greenfield, another in Mequon. Call today to find out how they can help you. QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-3474. Get your free consultation from QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend. Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production. Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week, Marcus and his son Chris are joined by ESPN NBA writer Tim Bontemps. Find Here District now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
Love at first sight. Not everyone knows it. But for our customers who update their home's exterior, they experience it every time they come home. Hi, I'm Randy Miller from All Right Home and Remodeling. Imagine new roofing, siding, windows in the colors and style you've always wanted. And it's not all about looks either. It'll bring warmth, comfort, and energy efficiency too. Whether you've been in your house 5 days or 5 decades, we'll help you fall in love with it. Learn more at ALLRITE-remodeling.com.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All sports desk. After taking 2 of 3 against the Mariners at home, the Brewers begin a 4-game series against the Reds tonight in Cincinnati. Coverage gets underway at 5:05 on WTMJ. Brewers 6-2 on the season. The Bucks carry a 4-game losing streak into Tuesday night's matchup against the Celtics, who lead the Eastern Conference.
I would love us to run into the playoffs, and we're not doing that right now. We have, 4 games left, all playoff teams. Maybe that's a blessing for us.
Bucks head coach Doc Rivers. Masters Week, and Tiger Woods is at Augusta seeking to make his 24th consecutive cut. Round 1 begins Thursday morning. South Carolina completes an undefeated season, winning the women's NCAA championship in college basketball. The men will crown a champion tonight as UConn faces Purdue and Arizona. Coverage of college basketball presented by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
Roads with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time-saver traffic. There's a disabled vehicle, I-94 near Mitchell Boulevard, and normally that wouldn't cause too many problems, but it's at that curve. This is I-94 West at Mitchell Boulevard, and it's at that curve where things just get a little bit tight, so due to that, things are indeed a little slow going. But I do see a tow truck out there right now, so hopefully within the next 10 minutes here, that will be cleared. I-94 West at Mitchell Boulevard.
Traffic is sponsored by Hall Mazda Milwaukee. Visit hallmazdamilwaukee.com.
Be our eyes on the road. Report accidents, slowdowns, and road conditions to the WTMJ Hall Volkswagen traffic tip line at 414-238-9329.
Partly cloudy, but mostly sunny today with a high of 64. Slight chance of a shower tonight post-eclipse. Partly cloudy, the low of 47. Chance of rain early on Tuesday. Otherwise, partly cloudy with a high of 60. It's currently 60 degrees in Milwaukee at 11:09.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios in downtown Milwaukee, it's Wisconsin's Midday News, making stories come to life. Now, here are your hosts, Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty.
I don't know if it's because it's 60 degrees and it feels like 85 today, right? My little thing says
it's
feels
so
like
nice.
It says feels like 57. I disagree. Feels much warmer than that. But there is a boost around people just walking around the 3rd Street Market Hall in our office today. I don't know if it's a temperature thing or an eclipse thing, or maybe the convergence of those two things.
I think it's a little bit of everything. And actually, I was talking with our producer, Aaron Pelican, earlier this morning. He said, does it feel like there's more excitement around this total eclipse than the last one in 2017? And I'm trying to remember back then, but I said possibly so.
I don't remember what the weather conditions were, but when I woke up today and I viewed very, very, very bright sunny skies and not a cloud in the sky, I thought, well, here we go. This might be a better situation in Wisconsin than for some on the path of totality.
And how fabulous is that? Because if you think about this time on Friday, we were looking at, the forecasters were saying, the meteorologists were saying, it might be a little rough here. We might be looking at clouds. So over the weekend, when the forecast was getting better and they were saying it, I was like, yes. I mean, a lot of people were cheering.
Yeah, so good news if you're in the southern part of the listening area here, as the state of Wisconsin, about a 90% or so totality. Not 100%, but we're getting there. It's 11:10. That's one of the big stories we're covering today.
And now it's time for 3 Big Things on Wisconsin's Midday News.
Number 1, yes, the day has finally arrived. It is almost time for the total solar eclipse. Millions of people are checking their weather apps, hoping for clear skies this afternoon.
Communities like this one see the eclipse as a major source of tourism revenue, but scientists consider it a unique opportunity to study the sun. A network of 35 telescope stations will record the event in real time.
They are observing from Eagle Pass, Texas, up to Holton, Maine, to observe the eclipse in a bucket brigade as it passes over every one of those stations in turn.
Dr. Amir Caspi of the Southwest Research Institute hopes to learn more about the temperature on the surface of the sun as it's blocked out by the moon. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Hillsborough, Texas.
13 states will be in the path of totality. That's really cool. Texas will experience the eclipse starting at 1:30 this afternoon. Then it moves across 12 other states before concluding in Maine. So in the middle there, you've got states like Missouri, Illinois, Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, and New York. And that's just to name a few, not to name all 12 of them in the middle.
But it's all along that path, which I think is quite opposite from 2017. I think it went the other way.
It did.
I think
we're
it
going
was
to talk
more
about that in a couple of minutes because I found a little surprise that reminds us of 2017.
Number 2, President Biden on his way to Madison after spending the morning in Philadelphia. It'll be the 4th time since December the president will spend time in Wisconsin. He is scheduled to announce a new major student loan forgiveness plan.
There are currently about 43 million Americans who have some form of student loan debt. So far, the Biden administration has canceled about $146 billion for nearly 4 million Americans. The White House says with this latest effort by the president to help federal borrowers, a total of 30 million Americans could now see relief. This is the latest push by the Biden administration to make good on a 2020 campaign promise by the president after another big effort was blocked by the Supreme Court last year. Karen Travers, ABC News, Washington.
Yeah, obviously a big deal here for younger voters. Wisconsin's roughly 700,000 borrowers hold about $21.5 billion in federal student loan debt. That's according to the latest federal education data. You might remember earlier this month, the UW Board of Regents voted to raise in-state undergraduate tuition for next year by about 3.75%.
And number 3, the Wisconsin State Fair reveals another headliner.
Don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you used to.
90s R&B group TLC will take the main stage Friday, August 2nd. Former American Idol winner Jordan Sparks is the opener for this one. 2020 Wisconsin State Fair runs August 1st through the 11th. I know some people already have it circled on their calendars. By the way, TLC, did you love that song? It sticks in your head, though.
It definitely does. Who was it? Left Eye Lopez doing the rap here? Didn't she set fire to former Packer Andre Rison's house back in the day?
I think there was a little drama.
Oh, there was an incident.
Yeah, TLC
but nonetheless
just performed at the iHeartRadio Music Awards about a week ago. They played Waterfalls and one of my favorites as well, No Scrubs.
Oh, there you go. That's a throwback
for
you.
The group got an award, too. I think it was a Landmark Award, so it was pretty nice for them. But yeah, coming up at the Wisconsin State Fair.
Well, coming up next, more eclipse things, including a check-in here. Vinny and Eric are on their way to Indianapolis. We're going to talk to them live at 11:37, but a funny video just posted. I assume it's funny. I've not heard it yet, but we might just play the audio coming up in a couple of minutes.
We probably should.
It's 11:14 on WTMJ.
All of the drama, all of the heart-pounding anticipation, all of the dancing.
It's up, it's good, and it's good! It's good!
Keep it here on WTMJ for all of your March Hoops craziness during every sports update on Wisconsin's morning and afternoon news. Sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited. Don't miss a single moment of this.
At the buzzer, got it! Are you kidding me?
All tourney long on WTMJ.
Hey, me again for Holiday Automotive in Fond du Lac. Hey, Holiday opened its doors way back in 1959 for Wisconsin drivers. It's a trusted place to buy and service a vehicle, still is, powered by a team of incredible people. They are incredibly caring. I've noticed that over the years, and here we are 65 years later from their grand opening, and that tradition proudly lives on. Connect with Holiday and you'll experience what I've experienced over the years. And in conjunction with their 65th anniversary sale, you can explore all that's new from Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, or check out the terrific value and peace of mind benefits of a GM-certified pre-owned model. Holiday's genuine hospitality and passion for helping and delighting guests is apparent. Every time I've been through there, they've made it a very pain-free process for me and our family and our friends and others we've referred. That's a lot of fans, by the way, and I'm one of them. You'll be in great hands with Wisconsin's #1 Buick and GMC dealer working for you. Accolades are per 2023 Buick and GMC zone sales records. Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Chevrolet, Buick and GMC, Highway 41 and 23 in Fond du Lac, and at holidaygm.com. It's worth the trip.
Now's the time to make those big spring purchases at Fleet Farm. Husqvarna mowers, Minn Kota trollers, Goodyear tires. Fleet Rewards credit card members can enjoy special financing for 3 full years on qualifying purchases. So don't wait. There's never been a better time to get everything you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm. 36-month special financing available on in-store purchases of $1,499 or more after discounts made with your Fleet Rewards credit card. Now through May 1st, 2024. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See customer service for details.
Beautiful day today. Very sunny skies, just a few clouds in the area, a high of 64 degrees. Might see a little bit of rain later tonight, but still mild for an overnight low. We're going to be looking at about 47 degrees overnight tonight, up to 60 tomorrow with a chance of rain early, then partly cloudy. It's 60 degrees in Milwaukee at 11:17. Craig Matzik and Jessica Time with you. It's the Monday edition of Wisconsin's Midday News. So Wisconsin's Morning News signed off about 9 o'clock, and we were in our morning meeting, Jessica. And at that time, can you even see me, by the way? You just put your eclipse glasses on.
I know. I just wondered when you were going to look over and see. No, but I can hear you well.
Okay, well, that's good. Yeah, because those are darker, like 100,000 times darker than a normal pair of sunglasses.
It is wild. These are from 2017. Was it last week where I said, I think I have my 2017 glasses still in my everything drawer? A lot of people have one of those. Everything drawer, you just kind of put stuff in there. If you have one, you know what I'm talking about. So last night I thought, okay, I've got to try to find them. So I went in the everything drawer kind of real quickly, and then I thought, no, they might be in this chest where I have a lot of media stuff where, you know, White House press pool passes or even a unique piece of jail mail, you know, throughout like 2 decades in media, just weird things that you kind of just saved. And so I looked in there, couldn't find them, so I went back to the everything drawer, and sure enough, they were in an address book of mine. I had them in a little bag, all nice, so that they would stay just in case a day like today came, because you can't wear old ones if they're damaged. That's key. They have to be looking good. They can't be scratched up. So I went in the kitchen and I was like staring, you know, at the light to see if I could see anything, and I couldn't. So these are still good to go.
Okay, so what's cool about those is you've got details about how to view the eclipse in Wisconsin back from 2017. It's got all the details. It's got the path of totality, which goes from like Washington to South Carolina, so a totally different path.
It's totally different. Yeah, that's really neat. And also, to take us back, if you remember, because I don't remember the specifics from then, it was 83% in Milwaukee. So this year we're talking about 90%. I mean, almost a total eclipse here, but not exactly. But it's better than it was in our area back in 2017. It was only 83%. These are actually from the Milwaukee Public Museum. It's really cool, though, because it's dated. It's got August 21st, 2017. The time, it was a little bit earlier, 11:53 a.m. to 2:40 p.m. Best view back in 2017 was 1:18 p.m.
That is fascinating. I'm amazed you still have that. And if for being in a junk drawer, for lack of a better term, they are still in remarkably good shape.
Yeah, and it notes that, as you want yours to be for today's as well, that they meet the requirements. They are safe because you want to make sure that you have safe glasses and not those counterfeit ones.
All right, so Vinny and Eric are on their way to Indianapolis. They appear to have taken a station vehicle, not one of their personal vehicles. I have not listened to this, but I'm just going to...
Let's go! We'll see you in a few hours.
Okay. Now they're in the car. No! Yeah, Bill Stead's excited.
What was that? Oh, that was just the car door closing. I thought that was pushing Vinny in.
Got the car fired up here. They got all sorts of snacks in the vehicle. Vinny eating peanuts.
They had bugles.
This is the snacks. All right, let's go. Let's go. Okay, just don't boss me.
Yeah.
I've never driven a car before.
Drive the car. We're losing precious minutes.
Kind
He doesn't know how to drive the car.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to drive the car. It's a station vehicle, so they're stuck somewhere in the parking lot, but they do get it figured out.
Suckers. Great American Eclipse.
Oh, boy. So they are on the road to the Great American Eclipse. I hope the weather stays okay for them. I'd be very sad for all involved, especially Vinny.
Two things about their trip cracked me up this morning as they were getting ready to go. One, Vince said that they're going to be switching off drivers. And I'm like, it's not like they're going to Florida. I mean, it is a long road trip, so to speak, but that made me laugh. And also, in the bag, he had bugles. I haven't seen bugles in years.
Yeah, I think Adam and Deb made a little care package for him for the ride. So they came together. So there's a lot of things happening. So from the science perspective, Bill Nye, the science guy, of course, weighing in.
We predict the motions of the moon relative to the Earth's surface, and it comes out exactly as we predict. It's amazing. It goes dark. I mean, it's not like a cloudy day dark. It gets nighttime. The crickets start cricketing, the birds start chirping. You'll often get a little breeze because of the cooling of the ground locally. It's amazing.
Got some small towns across the path of totality seeing quite a boost in tourism as well.
The espresso machine at Stacey Hunter's coffee shop is getting a major workout.
Last week, 2 men flew in from Ireland to watch the eclipse.
Local leaders expect Hillsborough's population of 8,500 to have tripled by the time of the eclipse. So Stacey Hunter is putting her best foot forward.
I'm hoping that people will come here for the first time and fall in love and be like, I loved that little town, Hillsborough, Texas.
The concern is for the crush of traffic out of the path of totality when it's all over. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Hillsborough, Texas.
So there you go. A lot of restaurants are getting behind the eclipse. So regardless of where you are in the country, you might be able to take advantage. Kind of interesting as well.
Yeah, there's some deals out there, including Burger King, Applebee's, Pizza Hut's. Pizza Hut's total eclipse of the hut deal. They have any large pizza for $12, which I was trying to think.
Is that a deal?
I was wondering, is
that a deal?
Is that a deal? But it is a deal. You know why? Because it says you can create your own pizza with up to 10 toppings. The toppings is where they get you. I mean, numerous pizza places, they're like, oh, you can get a pizza for only $10, but then it's cheese. And it's like $2 for each topping. So I guess that is a deal if you can pick up to 10 toppings. Applebee's has the perfect eclipse margarita. Okay, that sounds like fun, right?
Never a bad time for a margarita.
And then Burger King has a BOGO Whopper deal, a buy one, get one deal. So everybody's trying to, it gets their name out there, it gets their business out there, so they're capitalizing on it.
A couple other things I noticed here. You have the Total Solar Eclipse Donut from Krispy Kreme. This is an original glazed donut dipped in black chocolate icing, sprinkled with silver sprinkles, piped with buttercream frosting, and made with Oreo cookie pieces. They even top it off with an Oreo cookie.
Ooh.
And then this is an online exclusive. The Sun Chips Solar Eclipse Limited Edition Pineapple Habanero and Black Bean Spicy Gouda Chips.
Oh, that's a lot of flavors going on there.
A lot going on there. You're right. So sunchipsolareclipse.com. You go to that website beginning at 11:33 a.m. Pacific time. So we're not quite there yet. 2 more hours. And that's when it's going to begin out that way. You'll get a free bag while supplies last. sunchipsolareclipse.com. Pineapple, habanero, black bean, spicy Gouda Sun Chips.
You had me at the beginning. I don't need the Gouda in there at the end. You know who else has a deal, which made me think about one of the interviews that we did a couple months back. Big B's Coffee has a special, some special eclipse drinks, and so Big B's is coming, having another location in our area, coming to a very pivotal spot at Red Arrow Park in Milwaukee. I keep seeing the sign that says "Coming soon, coming soon."
Very cool. It's a great weather day. TMJ4 meteorologist Tyler Moore joins us coming up next to preview the rest of the day and the week after this.
I'm Sandy Max, host of WTMJ's What's on Tap. Weeknights at 6, you're invited to join me for conversations about culture and creativity in Wisconsin and around the world.
Well, for the first time ever, we are serving St. Patrick's Cream Puff.
Discover and rediscover music, theater, film, food, and topics that are unique to our state.
As of today, we've announced that Milwaukee Film will be taking over operation at the Downer.
It's your hour-long escape from the ordinary. What's on Tap on WTMJ and wherever you get your podcasts. costs.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Steve and Ashley heard our radio ads over the years, and when it came time to buy their first home, clicked on the blue button. One of our senior loan consultants, Brad, sent them a credit-verified pre-approval the same day and then upgraded to a rock-solid, fully verified and guaranteed pre-approval shortly thereafter. They made a couple offers without success, and then Brad told them about AccuNet's new property-specific pre-approval, where we might be able to include those magic words, no appraisal required. When they wrote their next offer, several $1,000s over asking to make sure someone else didn't end up sleeping in their dream home, their property-specific rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval included that most powerful phrase, no appraisal required, and the sellers picked Steve and Ashley's offer over several others. If you think all mortgage lenders and pre-approvals are the same, think again. Go with a local mortgage lender that has the tools and know-how to help you win and save money, too. Click on the blue button today at accunet.com.
Well, this eclipse talk is getting me hungry. As a matter of fact, how about a Palermo's? Boy, that'd taste good right about now. A Screamin' Sicilian, a Connie's, maybe an Urban Pie or a Surfer Boy Pizza. Maybe the eclipse is going to make you think about dinner because, I don't know, about 2 o'clock this afternoon, it might look a little darker than usual out. Well, check out Palermo's wherever you like to shop. Festival Foods, Pick and Save, Piggly Wiggly, Sendik's, and Woodman's. And pick up a variety. Try them all if you'd like. Put one in the oven tonight, put the rest in the freezer. Save them for later this week or next, maybe over the weekend. Palermo's proudly celebrating its 60th anniversary in 2024. That means they've been doing it right decade upon decade upon decade here in the state of Wisconsin. Delicious pizza, the best frozen pizza you are going to find from Palermo's. Find them wherever you like to shop and put it on the dinner table tonight. It's Palermo's, Wisconsin's hometown pizza.
The newest man in charge of the dugout.
I'm thrilled today and excited to announce Pat Murphy.
But he's no stranger to us.
Quiz me, 1973 Notre Dame football. Quiz me, any player on the team.
Manager of our Milwaukee Brewers, Pat Murphy.
I mean, they're game to compete. You know, they're very, very young. Doesn't always matter how much experience you have. You know, it doesn't always matter. They can go ahead and compete with anyone.
Thursdays at 7:45 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited and Holiday Automotive.
TMJ4 meteorologist Tyler Moore got a little hung up today. I'm sure all the eclipses stuff is, I don't know, that's a big deal to a meteorologist, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I saw one of my friends, former meteorologist Justin Thompson-Gee over at CBS. They sent him down there. Looks like he's having a blast as well. And Tyler just emailed us right before the show and said, oh, shoot, they're sending me out for a live shot at noon. So, yeah, I think they get excited about this.
Well, now that the forecast is a little more dialed in, what are the best viewing spots for today's eclipse?
As you go into South Texas, there are some storms trying to build from Louisiana and the Gulf, and that's why more clouds will be in South Texas than they will in North. So a lot of people are in Dallas, and you're going to have to get lucky there because the relative humidity is pretty high. Indianapolis could see some increasing high clouds as we see kind of those slightly obscured, but still a really good spot to see it. Holton, Maine, still looking like the best spot on the map. And I got to tell you that anywhere in the lower 48 has a chance at seeing some partial eclipse, and there are clear spots from Northern California over to, say, Georgia.
That's ABC News meteorologist Ginger Z. She's in Carbondale, Illinois. We do have some people on the text line saying in Indianapolis or in that general area, just some high cirrus clouds, but otherwise totally clear. We have some people who said their daughter enjoyed a Sonic blackout slush float, and they got free viewing glasses for those who like to take the chance of having some Sonic throughout the course of the day.
Well, that's nice that along with somebody going to get a deal that they also got the glasses, you know.
I'm digging.
Assuming that they're the safe ones, because that is important. That's great.
I love it. So people are getting behind it, whether you're in the path of totality or not.
I just watching, there's so many stories behind this today. I mean, kind of amusing ones, too. You have hundreds of couples getting married during the eclipse in Arkansas. So you have people out there waiting for the eclipse, like in wedding dresses, in suits, getting ready to get married on this day. You have zoos that are monitoring animal behavior. It's a lot going on.
I'm fascinated with it. I'm also going to be fascinated to talk to Vinny and Eric. I have no idea where they are, what they are experiencing, if Vinny is just sort of passed out, if Eric is driving, what's going on, why did they take a station vehicle? But they are going to join us after the news, coming up in just a few minutes.
St. Vincent de Paul, Milwaukee has expanded into our new 76th and Bradley Road location, where thrifters will find hundreds of bargains on everything, from clothing to furniture, electronics, home goods, and more. Our inventory is always changing, and new deals pop up every day. We're accepting donations, too, at our convenient drive-through donation area. Help us help others. St. Vincent de Paul at 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee is now open.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. If you're like me, my home has become my happy place. It's happier now thanks to CertaPro painters. They are simply the best in the business. They will take care of the scuffs, the faded colors. They'll make your home a new home, inside or outside. They did the work at our house. It was quick, easy, and so affordable. Their estimates are always easy. You get a quote right away. It's simply the best in the business. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro painters.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Adrian was seriously injured when a careless driver merged into her lane.
Gruber was there for everything that I needed. Any questions that I had, Gruber was there. They made me feel like everything about my situation and my accident was very important to them, and that made me feel good. And I would definitely call Gruber again for that.
Serving Wisconsin for over 35 years, Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
They go above and beyond for their clients.
At 11:31, I'm Greg Matzik. This is Wisconsin's Midday News. Your top story, unveiling new plans for student debt relief in Madison.
I'm Jessica Ty. The latest on human remains found in Milwaukee County.
Partly cloudy, mostly sunny today. Becoming that way anyway, with a high of 64. Slight chance for a shower tonight. Partly cloudy with a low of 47. Tuesday, slight chance of a shower early, then partly cloudy with a high of 60. It's 60 degrees in Milwaukee at 11:32. From the WTMJ Breaking Newsroom, I'm Greg Matzik. President Joe Biden in the Badger State today.
It's his fourth visit to Wisconsin since December. President Biden will be in Madison to unveil his new plan for student loan relief. It's been nearly a year since the U.S. Supreme Court knocked down his administration's first attempt to cancel college debt for millions. The White House says the new program is relying on a different law this time, the Higher Education Act, and it will target new categories of borrowers. After the announcement today, President Biden heads to Chicago for a campaign event. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
While the Biden administration feels more confident this latest round of student debt relief stands on better legal ground than last year's, CBS 58 reporter AJ Bayapor tells WTMJ's The Political Power Hour whether it leads to results in November remains to be seen.
Just coming off of this primary result where you had nearly 50,000 people vote uninstructed, is this going to move the needle with a lot of his base? Is this something that people who feel like the president hasn't lived up to a lot of the things he promised he would do, is this going to be something that helps solidify a lot of that progressive base?
The administration says if passed, this plan would provide relief to 25 million Americans who owe more than they borrowed or are paying decades-old loans.
Milwaukee police are back in the area near 31st and Galena this morning after human remains were found at that location on Sunday. This after body parts were also found near 30th and Lisbon over the weekend, and also in Cudahy's Warnemont Park last week. Police have not identified if the Milwaukee and Cudahy scenes are in any way connected. One person is in custody connected to the scene in Cudahy.
Volunteers searching for missing 3-year-old Elijah Vu from Two Rivers are expanding their search efforts to a salvage yard. There's no specific evidence linking the child to that salvage yard. Vu has been missing since February 20th. His caretaker, Jesse Vang, has been ordered to stand trial on child neglect charges. Vu's mother, Katrina Bauer, is due in court on child neglect charges April 26th.
Well, today is the start of Tornado and Severe Weather Awareness Week. A good time to prepare an emergency go-to kit. Michelle Reinen from the DATCP tells Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News that one thing to add is a trusted contact for damages to your home or vehicle.
Some well-researched and trusted resources for contractors that you can turn to in a time of need, so you're not responsive to those door-to-door solicitors that are just trying to scam consumers when they're most in need.
Wisconsin's annual statewide tornado drills will take place on Thursday.
Sports, traffic, and weather next. Saudi Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 11:34.
You can search for the biggest bat selection, but I'm here to save you time because the best baseball and softball bat selection in the Midwest is right here at Burkhart Sporting Goods. We stock just about every bat on the market from all the top manufacturers like Easton, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Marucci, and more, and sell them all at the guaranteed lowest prices. So get in here and try a few out in our indoor batting cages. There's no need to look any further because when it comes to bats, if you want it, we got it at Burkhart Sporting Goods.
You can't beat Burkhart.
When you run a team, you want great uniforms, and you know selling spirit wear is vital. That's why Burkhart Sporting Goods will create a free custom website for you to sell your families and players the coolest spirit wear from Nike and Under Armour, as well as the basics, while helping you fundraise at the same time. We take the hassle out of coordinating your team's apparel and make shopping and buying easy. So when you need awesome spirit wear and uniforms for your organization, you can't beat Burkhart.
You can't beat Burkhart.
A buck. In today's world, it doesn't go far, unless you're spending it at Griffin. Because for just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. Buy one or a whole set. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, we'll put you in new tires for just $1 over our cost, with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. That's right, $1 over cost, and we'll even show you the invoice to prove it. So what's the catch? There really is no catch. You don't have to buy a car or truck from us. We'd like to sell you one though. Our only requirements is we put them on for you. You buy one, two, or the whole set. The dollar deal from Griffin at Griffin. Available at Griffin Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram, 27th Street and Jefferson. Griffin Chevy in the Auto Mall. Griffin Ford, Waukesha, and Fort Atkinson. 5 ways to make your dollar go further. Griffin, the buck stops here, but the deals on tires don't. $1 over cost, that's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
Annex Wealth Management. Investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning from a fee-only fiduciary. Forget commission sales pitches and financial products you don't need. Know the difference. Annex provides elite, comprehensive financial planning customized to who you are and what you need. AnnexWealth.com.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all sports desk. After taking 2 of 3 against the Mariners in Milwaukee, the Brewers begin a 4-game series against the Reds tonight in Cincinnati. Coverage gets underway at 5:05 on WTMJ. Milwaukee's 6-2 on the season. The Bucks, unfortunately, carry a 4-game losing streak into Tuesday night's game against the Eastern Conference leading Celtics. And the men will crown a champion tonight in men's college basketball as UConn faces Purdue in Arizona. South Carolina completes an undefeated season, winning the NCAA Women's Championship, defeating Iowa. Coverage of college basketball presented by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. No major crashes to let you know about. That's fantastic news. And for a second, I got really excited because I'll tell you what, between 11 and 1, when our show airs, typically there's not much unless there's a crash or you have the construction zone. So there's not a ton to talk about like there is at the morning commute or the evening commute. So I was looking at the drive times, and Greg, this is what got me excited. I went, whoa! There was a 17-minute delay, it said. But it's not accurate.
Well, that's good.
So it is good for all the drivers out there. I got excited because I thought I had something really unique to tell you about. But it was I-43 southbound, Brown Deer Road to downtown. It's just a 2-minute delay. That's pretty typical for this time of the day, but that is due to the construction out that way. For a second, when it said 17 minutes, I thought, man, maybe these are people who are heading down south and they're just late on the ball to go see the eclipse down in Indy. But everything else is looking good. The other construction spot, 894 westbound, the Mitchell interchange, the Hale interchange, that's just a 1-minute delay.
Beautiful day today, mostly sunny with a high of 64. Slight chance of rain tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 47. Chance of a shower early tomorrow. That's about the time Eric Billstead and Vince Vetrano should be getting back from Indianapolis. A high of 60 degrees. It's 60 in Milwaukee at 11:39. Well, they are on the road against Vince Vetrano's will. He is with Eric Billstead in a vehicle traveling south. I don't know what the traffic updates are going to be in Indianapolis around that area today, but I imagine they'll be frequent. And yes, it's going to be a log jam of people heading south on 65. Once they get to that portion, I'll be very curious to hear from them. They are probably somewhere in Illinois by now. Eric and Vinny joining us on the line. Hey, fellas.
Hi, Greg, Jess. It's Vinny here. Eric is driving, and we're just navigating the turn from 294 onto 65, right? Is that what happened?
We just got on the 65 heading south.
Smooth sailing, baby.
It is nice. So I did notice a lot of people left on Friday. Is that what you're feeling like? Or do you ever look over at the car next to you and you'd be like, you going to the solar eclipse? You going?
I think maybe not yet because you're suburban Chicago, so who knows what everybody's up to. Eric continues to remark as to why there are so many trucks. He just figured they would have taken today off because it is about to become a mess. I mean, we've got the nav computer up here. We've checked Waze, we've checked Apple Maps, we've checked Google Maps. We've programmed every possible alternative into the computer, and it's telling us best route still is hitting I-65, and we're not far from absolute gridlock. It looks like.
Well, that's good. How are the skies?
Yeah, otherwise
very,
great though.
Very clear here in the southeastern Wisconsin. How are they for you? Everything holding up?
Starting to encounter a few high clouds, but Eric's got family in Indianapolis, guys. Talked with Mr. and Mrs. E this morning.
Nice.
And then Eric's uncle as well. They're just the other side of Indianapolis, so Franklin. And they said weather is perfect. It's supposed to be like 70 degrees. Skies are clear by them. So I'm less concerned about the weather, a little bit more concerned right now that we never quite reach the edge of that path of totality that we're trying, that we are seeking out today.
So how are both of you feeling? Because, Vince, I know you were skeptical about this, but Eric has been so pumped about this from the get-go. I mean, some people feel like this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, especially if you are going to the path of totality. Are you getting that way? Are you feeling that way?
I'm kind of getting excited, and I'm getting to the point where I'd be really super disappointed if we don't hit that path of totality. Not only just for me and for Eric, but like a lot of folks who listen to us on WTMJ, your show, ours, like I feel like they're kind of invested in us, and I don't want to let them down.
They're rooting for us. They're rooting for us. They want us to succeed.
So now I'm to the point where like we have to do this. No, I didn't want to go, not because I don't want to see it, but because I didn't believe that we would make it, and more concerning, with our 3 a.m. or so wake-up call, that we wouldn't be back till about midnight. So we'll see. But right now I'm all in on making it.
It looks like you have a pretty good arsenal of snacks. That is for sure. I mean, you had 2 giant bags of things that you were walking out of the studio with.
Yeah, Debbie Lazica and Adam Roberts presented us with 2 bags of snacks and various other things. They also, Adam stocked this bag full of, like games to play, puzzles and whatnot, books to read, but not going to be any time for that. I mean, like we're really trying to so Eric and I have been doing some live stuff on my Facebook page, on my Instagram, and then we're reposting all that on the 620 pages if you want to follow the trip in real time. And then, of course, talking to you guys. And then we're going to be on with Kristen and with Noonan a little bit later this afternoon.
Yeah,
a lot of Wisconsin plates. There are a couple of Wisconsin plates here and there, so I'm thinking they're doing the same thing.
I bet. Yeah, it cracked me up when you guys were leaving. I thought it looked like you guys were taking a road trip to Florida with all the snacks. Now I know you have games. You have bugles, which made me laugh too, because I feel like I haven't seen bugles in a decade or so. We had one of our listeners wrote in and said, I used to put bugles on my fingers like nails. Do you remember that? The kids used to do that. They used to have fun with those. Are you doing that, Vince?
Yeah. No, we haven't. Eric and I have decided to leave the bugles for the ride home, just so we have a little something to look forward to. Because now you have, just with any road trip, right? You're totally optimistic and excited on the way out. And then, especially if this thing flames out and we don't see it, we're going to be real sad. So we're going to need some help.
Where did you guys get your glasses, your safe glasses for viewing?
Greg Pancake Hill, producer of the program, picked up 2 pair at the American Science Surplus store on the south side. So about 68th in Oklahoma. So I had mine. Eric had his. That's good producing by Greg. Aaron, make a note of that back there. So we were good, but then all of a sudden, like Saturday, Sunday, my wife decided that she wants to get in on this action. She's like, well, do you have glasses for me? So I'm like, okay. My son Max and I went in there yesterday afternoon. It was a circus. The guy was answering the phone, which was ringing off the hook. Hello, American Science Surplus. Yes, we have eclipse goggles.
And that's it, right? Not asking about anything else. Yes, we have them.
Hang up. Next call. Yes, we have them.
Let's answer this first. Yeah.
All right, fellas. Hey, good luck to you. Have some fun. President's in town, too, by the way. That's not the other story going on here. Julian's out in Madison.
In other news, the commander-in-chief, leader of the free world, is in Wisconsin. But,
yeah, it's been.
We'll get to it.
You guys have fun. Be careful. Be safe. Don't blow through all your snacks on the way down.
Appreciate you guys. Say goodbye.
All right,
Bye,
take it
guys.
easy.
Enjoy,
Drive safe,
guys.
fellas. It's 11:44 on WTMJ. They're having fun here. It's going to begin in about an hour. That's like the start of the partial eclipse. About 2 o'clock this afternoon is when you can see it at its peak, at least in Wisconsin. And hopefully Eric and Vinny will be there by then. It's 11:44. Julian Johnson of WTMJ is in Madison covering the president's visit. We'll check in with him coming up in a few.
Diamonds Direct spring sale starts this weekend. Get 20% off rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, and more. It's the best store-wide sale of the season. Plus, book an appointment and get an additional $100 off. That's right, 20% savings plus an extra $100 off. Also enjoy an expanded selection of the latest style with designer appearances each weekend. Tons of engagement rings on sale too. 20% off starts Friday and open this Sunday as well. Details at diamondsdirect.com.
Hey, right in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, there is an all-new Potawatomi Casino Hotel. When was the last time you were inside Potawatomi Casino Hotel? It is gorgeous. If it's been a while, you need to go back and check it out. There's a table waiting for you, 12 bars, restaurants, a winning seat at 40 table games, or 3,000 slot machines. There's coffee 24/7. There's the new Rockin' Brews, which is delicious. Plus the thrill of bingo, full-service sports betting. The sports book is on the way. It's going to be state-of-the-art. Now, if you're into something new, you got to check out Potawatomi. Light up your senses at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Explore more by visiting paysbig.com. It's a wonderful facility. They've done incredible work. It is smoke-free. Paysbig.com. It's Potawatomi Casino Hotel.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
Eager to remodel your kitchen, bath, or rec room? This is Rob Adair, and we're ready with a personal redesign for you. Adair Floors and Remodeling in Franklin. Give us a call and get personal care from Adair. 761-3660. AdairFloors.com.
Sleep apnea is a serious condition. And the worst part about it is, because it affects you while you're sleeping, you don't know what this condition is doing to you.
And it was scary because I found out that I was waking up 145 times an hour. 145 times. I was scared. I wasn't getting the sleep I needed.
And that's the thing. Someone like John wakes up after thinking he's slept all night, and he's been feeling run down for years, and finally finds out something really is wrong. This is why, for us, solving sleep apnea problems is so gratifying, because we really are changing lives.
I've had more energy. I'm getting better sleep. I've been told from my wife I don't snore. But honestly, it changed my life.
This is Dr. Madan Kandula. Solving your breathing triangle problems means a better quality of life, and you deserve that.
Go to AdventKnows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Results may vary.
Mostly sunny skies today with a high of 64 degrees. Going to be mild overnight, but a chance of rain. About 47 for your overnight low. We hit 60 again tomorrow. Chance of rain early. 61 degrees in Milwaukee at 11:48. Air Force One is scheduled to touch down at Dane County Regional Airport in about 20 minutes or so. The president on his way then to MATC, where he's expected to announce a new student debt relief plan. WTMJ's Julian Johnson is in Madison. Hello, Julian.
Hey, Greg.
Where are you set up right now, and what's the scene like just moments away from the president arriving?
So right now we're at the H. Douglas Redson Gymnasium. It's at Madison Area Technical College. It's home of the Wolfpack. So right now we've been set up for about since 10:30. I got here around 11-ish. That's when I started letting the media in, about 10:30-ish. Everybody's getting set up, got cameras all over the place, got the press behind the area, got the flags in front with the canceling student loan debt everywhere as well. Seems like a pretty good event. No reception or anything of that nature, but, it's just get right down to business, and hopefully we'll see something good when he comes out and makes his announcement in about 2 hours.
Julian, are there people, how many people are out there right now? Are there people outside waiting just to catch a glimpse of the motorcade rolling through? What are the crowds like?
So there are some crowds outside. There's some protesters, Palestinian protesters out there regarding the war, and then there's also just people in the general area because there are still classes going on. So this is still a regular school day for Madison area technical college people. And then on the inside, there's about, I'd say 200-ish, 200 to 300-ish people on the inside. That's including media and people that are already just in the general area and just waiting, people taking pictures. People are excited a little bit, just excited to see what happens moving forward.
Julian, what is it like getting through the security, right? Is this like, trying to get into a sporting event, or is it a little more patting down? What's happening to get you in there?
So it's really like airport security. Now, I don't have to take off my shoes, thankfully, but there are Secret Service, there's police, Secret Service in general, there's general security. But I'd say they're a little bit nicer than security at the airports and everything. There's just 2 check-in points, one for the media outside, and then you get inside, got to check your bag. You can bring food. I think you can bring water. I didn't want to take the chance, though, and now I might be, that kind of sucks right now because I kind of want some water.
You're a little parched. Julian, what do you know so far about the president's new plan to cancel student debt, the plan that he'll be announcing today in Madison?
So this new student loan debt plan will be a little bit narrower, but it will affect about $30 million, which is still a lot of borrowers. This comes after about less than a year after his original up to $20K student loan debt forgiveness plan was deemed unconstitutional by the Supreme Court. Eligible borrowers will be people who owe more than they did at the start of the repayment, who are eligible for loan forgiveness but haven't applied, who entered repayment like over 20 years ago, who are enrolled in colleges that did not give them a good enough, an adequate student loan forgiveness plan or adequate financial aid. So this will affect a lot of borrowers moving forward, and I'm excited to see what this looks like because I'm one of those people that can be affected. So yeah.
Well, good stuff. TMJ's Julian Johnson in Madison right now. The president should be on the ground in the next 20 minutes or so, scheduled to speak at MATC in the 1 o'clock hour. And then he's out. Spent the morning in Philadelphia after departing from Delaware. So very busy day for the president and a busy day for Julian. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you again soon.
Yeah, no problem. See you.
You bet. It's 11:52 on WTMJ. There's also this coming up this week. We'll explain.
It's like playing baseball in the house.
Mom, Dad broke the window.
Without the risk of...
Again.
That. Every Thursday at 8:40, play virtual baseball on Wisconsin's Morning News. Step up to the virtual plate and test your mettle against the best.
Swing and a drive to right.
It's virtual baseball, presented by Signing Unlimited. Only played here on WTMJ.
Are you sick of not being your bank's top priority? We are too. At Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. We're proud to be your one true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. That's right in your backyard. Whether you're opening your first account, buying a home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have tailored solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank at Wintrust.com. Wintrust, different approach, better results. Banking products provided by Wintrust Financial Corp Banks, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
They pretty much weren't doing anything. I couldn't ride a bicycle. You don't have your life because you don't have your mobility.
So when Patrick heard about QC Kinetics here in Milwaukee and their non-invasive regenerative treatments for pain, no waiting, he called them immediately.
There's no downtime. There's no rehab. That was the tipping point for me. I didn't have to take any drugs. I didn't have to rehab.
Before considering surgery, check out QC Kinetics all-natural treatment options that restore and repair damaged joint tissue in your knees, hips, shoulders, and back.
If you have knee replacement surgery, and then the knee is not yours, and there's no guarantee that that's going to be successful.
QC Kinetics. Patients around the country are raving about the results. They're getting back to their mobility, taking back their lives with no downtime, no drugs, and no surgery. Don't wait. Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
President's in town. You have an eclipse this week. NCAA Tournament Championship game. It's also Masters Week, by the way. See, this is why I like the month of March and April. Things start really happening. February is all about the anticipation. Fair to say that I will never play Augusta National, though it is on the top of my bucket list of things to do in my life.
Might you have some egg salad, though?
It's very possible that I'll have egg salad. And the egg salad will likely have me as well. So if you can't make it to Augusta National, you can bring the taste of Augusta to you. Now, you can't do it this year anymore because it is sold out. So the Masters every year does this thing called the Taste of the Masters. And you can go right through the Masters website, masters.com/taste of the Masters. And here's what they offer. They have two options. They have a large hosting kit, if you're going to have a Masters party. And they also have a classics kit, maybe if your party will be a little bit smaller. So here's what they do. If you do the classics kit, which I think is $100, they will send you 24 ounces of Masters pimento cheese, 6 bags of Masters potato chips, 6 moon pies, delicious.
We were just talking about that massive moon pie for the solar eclipse.
Yep, these are more the standard size. You'll get Masters branded souvenir cups. There will be 12 of those. You'll get Masters branded wax paper, Masters coasters, and some other hosting kit materials. Bread and buns are not included. But if you really want to go and deck this thing out,
you go for the large hosting kit,
You go
right?
for the large kit. That's right, at $150.
This cracks me up, though, because we talked about this story like 2 months ago, and I printed it then, and they were not sold out then. So just now I was going to take a peek, and I'm like, oh, sold out. So here's the thing. I didn't realize that this is such a big deal. Like, when you actually go, that some people, before they even technically get onto the course or see a golfer, that they immediately go to a concession stand to get the egg salad or the pimento cheese and white bread.
Well, it's dirt cheap, too. That's the thing. The prices
Are they from
Masters,
the 1930s?
It's like $2.50. You get a sandwich. It's so cheap.
You can't get anything like that these days.
Cheap to get a ticket, but it's cheap once you're there to eat. So the Masters Classic large hosting kit, $150. You get 24 ounces of egg salad, 24 ounces of pimento cheese, 24 ounces of barbecue. And then you get the chips and barbecue potato chips. You get some cookies with that. You get some Georgia pecan caramel popcorn.
You're making me hungry.
And then all the cups. But here's the thing. Anything with a Masters logo on it, you can only get at Augusta. You can't just, buy this stuff somewhere. Anything with that, yellow United States with the red flag coming out of Augusta, Georgia. It's a patented logo.
Yeah.
And very familiar. You can't find it anywhere unless you're at Augusta.
I mean, if you're having a Masters watch party, if you want to elevate it, if you want to take it to the top level, you want people coming to your party, hopefully you're already in on this and you've got your large hosting kit.
I know Gabe Neitzel participates in this every year. I've made my own pimento cheese, and it's turned out nice. I would like to compare it to the pimento cheese sandwich.
I don't know about that review. It was nice.
It was solid. I liked it. I'll do a couple things different, but maybe I'll bring some in on Thursday.
Well, this year.
Pimento cheese for everybody. It's 11:58 on WTMJ. The news is next.
There's so many things in life you must conform to.
So, it's nice to know that there's a sectional that conforms to you.
Meet the Simply Yours sectional sofa from Penny Mustard.
Simply amazing.
Create a configuration that fits your taste and space.
The options are simply endless.
Choose your favorite arms, legs, and fabric,
including leather or pet and kid-friendly fabrics.
Simply unique.
This sectional even comes with a sleeper sofa option for those late-night binge sessions.
This is the sofa made with you in mind.
The Simply Yours sectional is simply the best.
This reminds me of my favorite nursery rhyme character.
Who's that?
Simply Simon.
The Simply Yours sectional sofa, Sophisticrafted in Wisconsin, with ultra-high resiliency foam, cushions, and fortress frame construction, starting at $41.56 at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Better versions of what people want.
Mustard Furnishings.
We find the best way to protect and uphold the reputation of our business is to hire good people and then take care of them. We really do love the people that work for us, and we care about what's in their best interest. And what that means to you is this: who do you really want on your job? Someone who's maybe underpaid or doesn't feel appreciated, might not have paid vacations or great work benefits? Our folks have all of these things and more. Vito and I make sure they feel appreciated, because happy people do happy work. There's a culture we're building here at Semper Fi that brings respect back to a very hard job. And that's why we know that our crews are going to do the kind of work that you expect. This is Brad Youngluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
The place you want to go, Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
The crew is back on the road and off to Ohio to take on the Reds.
Here it is. Line to right center. Get up! Get up!
Our coverage of the series starts tonight at 5:05 on your home of the Milwaukee Brewers. News Radio 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
It's 12 o'clock. I'm Greg Matzik. This is Wisconsin's Midday News for Monday, April 8th. Your top story, nearing the start of a nationwide solar eclipse.
I'm Jessica Ty. President Biden announcing new student debt relief in Madison.
Mostly sunny, beautiful day today with a high of 64. Chance of a shower tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 47. Slight chance of a shower early on Tuesday, partly cloudy with a high of 60. It's 60 degrees in Milwaukee at 12:01 from the WTMJ Breaking News Center. Get ready for totality. Folks from Texas to Maine are gearing up for the total solar eclipse, and people in Indiana are in a good spot.
Above central Indiana and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the skies are clear ahead of this afternoon's total solar eclipse. The Speedway, along with a large swath of Indiana, will be in 100% of totality. The location so prime that NASA has set up a broadcast location at the track, and Purdue University is also participating, the school responsible for 27 astronauts who have gone to space with NASA. At the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Will Clark, ABC News.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano and Eric Bilstad are en route right now, headed to Indianapolis, hoping to catch a glimpse of astronomical history this afternoon.
I'm less concerned about the weather, a little bit more concerned right now that we never quite reach the edge of that path of totality that we're trying, that we are seeking out today.
Here in Milwaukee, we can expect about a 90% eclipse around 2:08 local time.
President Biden en route to Madison to unveil his new plan for student loan relief. WTMJ's Julian Johnson is at the event at MATC.
There are some crowds outside. There's some protesters, Palestinian protesters out there regarding the war. And then on the inside, there's about, I'd say 200-ish, 200 to 300-ish people on the inside. That's including media and people that are already just in the general area and just waiting, people taking pictures, people are excited a little bit, just excited to see what happens moving forward.
It's been nearly a year since the U.S. Supreme Court knocked down his administration's first attempt to cancel college debt for millions. The White House says the new program is relying on the Higher Education Act, and it will target new categories of borrowers.
Milwaukee police are back out near 31st and Galena today after human remains were found there on Sunday. Body parts were also found near 30th and Lisbon over the weekend and in Cudahy's Warnimont Park last week. Police have not yet said whether the Milwaukee and Cudahy scenes are connected. One person is in custody connected to the Warnimont Park scene.
Mexico will elect a new president on June 2nd, and the two leading candidates are both women.
Migration was not an official topic in this first debate, but all three candidates suggested Mexico shouldn't militarize its southern border. Opposition candidate Xochitl Galvez.
Estoy absolutamente de acuerdo en quitar la militarización del país.
Most polls show migration isn't a top concern for many in Mexico. Adrian Bard, CBS News, Mexico City.
Time for news about your money. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Management market update. All the indices in the green. Modest gains, however, this afternoon, with the Dow currently up 28.5 points at 38,932. NASDAQ up about 23 points at 16,271. And the S&P 500 up about 6.5 points at 5,210. For sound advice from a fee-only fiduciary, it's Annex Wealth Management. Click on annexwealth.com and the Get Started button today.
Sports, traffic, and weather next. Sunny Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 12:04.
Say cheese, whether you like it with tomato soup or with bacon on sourdough. The cheese stands alone. The 11th Annual Wisconsin Grilled Cheese Championship returns Saturday, April 20th at the Lay Memorial Pavilion at Harris Park in Dodgeville, Wisconsin. General admission is $5, VIP tickets are $30 and are on a first-come, first-served basis and include a sandwich, a drink, soup, and a goodie bag. Visit the Dodgeville Area Chamber of Commerce Facebook page for more information. It's the Wisconsin Grilled Cheese Championship on Saturday, April 20th in Dodgeville, Wisconsin.
Don't pay retail for your diamond engagement ring or gift. Come to cleanorigin.com.
We've told you about Moses Hadara,
the diamond cutter who created the Kessler 81.
The magical diamond that vibrates with light.
Kessler's works with crazy diamond cutters.
Geniuses who create wonderful, spectacular,
crazy diamond shapes.
The one thing these crazy genius diamonds all have in common
is that they explode with light.
The Kessler Emerald Cut diamond sends out rippling waves of light, like water lapping onto a beach.
The Kessler Square Radiant Diamond glows like the sun on the horizon.
Sometimes sunrise,
sometimes sunset.
Come to Kessler's.
Come to Kessler's.
Come to Kessler's.
Ask to see the rippling waves of light, like water on the beach.
Ask to see the glow that looks like sunrise and sunset.
Ask to see the Kessler Crazy Genius Diamonds.
See them for yourself.
See them for yourself.
See them for yourself.
To find the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all sports desk. After taking 2 of 3 against the Mariners in Milwaukee, the Brewers begin a 4-game series against the Reds tonight in Cincinnati. Coverage gets underway at 5:05 on WTMJ. Milwaukee 6-2 on the season. Bucks go in the wrong direction here, with just 4 games left in the regular season. They will play in the playoffs, having qualified despite losing to the Knicks last night. Bucks riding a 4-game losing streak. Head coach Doc Rivers hoping to break free of it.
I would love us to run into the playoffs, and we're not doing that right now. You know, we have, 4 games left, all playoff teams. You know, maybe that's a blessing for us.
Bucks host the Celtics on Tuesday night. Masters Week, Tiger on the prowl at Augusta, seeking to make his 24th consecutive cut. Round 1 begins Thursday morning. And the men will crown a champion in college basketball tonight as UConn faces Purdue in Arizona. Coverage of college basketball presented by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
Let's check out the roads with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time-saver traffic. I-43 north at Kilbourne. The right shoulder is blocked right now due to a disabled vehicle. That's I-43 north at Kilbourne Avenue. Drive times are looking good with the exception of our construction zones. I-43 southbound, Brown Deer Road to downtown. That's currently a 3-minute delay. 894 westbound, the Mitchell Interchange to the Hale Interchange, just a 1-minute delay.
Traffic is sponsored by SB Framing Gallery, Milwaukee's distinctive archival framing.
SB Framing Gallery in the 3rd Ward can enhance and protect your artwork for generations. Framing pieces with archival and distinctive design. Learn more at sbframinggallery.com.
Mostly sunny today. Just a few clouds, a high of 64 degrees. Tonight, a slight chance of a shower, partly cloudy with a low of 47. Tuesday, chance of rain early, then partly cloudy skies with a high of 60. It's 62 degrees and sunny in Milwaukee at 12:08.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios in downtown Milwaukee, it's Wisconsin's Midday News, making stories come to life. Now, here are your hosts, Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty.
It's the Monday edition of Wisconsin's Midday News. We've got 4 TVs up in our studio, Jessica, and it's amazing and wide-ranging. So we'd like to keep on a couple of local channels to see what's happening locally in the news. We have CNN on. I typically have ESPN on. I didn't put it on today. But everybody, every network is covering the eclipse in some way, shape, or form. From Good Morning America, CNN has got wall-to-wall anchored coverage. They've got people out in Mexico where they're celebrating. They got people everywhere. All things eclipse. It's sort of taking over the day as we approach it. 2 hours until peak time, and later this hour it begins officially.
Yeah, and we have so many people who are so pumped about this. I mean, a lot of people who are traveling south, like our very own Vince Vitrano and Eric Bilstad, who are on their way to Indianapolis right now. Eric has been so excited about this. I think he kind of pulled Vinny along, but they've got snacks. You know, they're playing some music. They even have games.
Right.
Not sure that they're going to need the games, but they are ready. I know a lot of you are excited as well. Not everyone is excited, though. In fact, let me see if I can find it real quickly. There was somebody who said, from the 414, I'm not impressed by the eclipse. 2 minutes of darkness? Who cares? One time Kid Rock didn't see the sunshine for 3 damn days.
Yeah, there you go.
Remember that song, Picture? I got a kick out of that. Love it.
I do. One of the major stories we are covering today as we flip to the noon hour.
It's now at noon on Wisconsin's Midday News.
We are inching closer to experiencing a hint of darkness during the day. A partial solar eclipse will take over Wisconsin skies between 12:50, so in about 40 minutes here, and 3:20 p.m. The peak of the eclipse, when you really want to be outside and see it, will be at 2:08 here in Wisconsin. In Milwaukee, the moon will cover about 90% of the sun's light, and the peak percentages here in our state are Kenosha, 91.1%, Racine, 90.9%, and Lake Geneva, 90.2%.
Here's what's amazing. So the heartbeat of this in the Midwest is Indianapolis. They also have Purdue playing in the national championship tonight. So Purdue is the presenting sponsor of what's happening at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway today.
The Indianapolis Motor Speedway, walking through the parking lots in the infield of the track, you can find license plates from across the country. California, Ohio, Florida, among those represented, all 50 states expected to be represented in the crowd of 40,000 here at the Speedway. The totality expected to last here in central Indiana just under 4 minutes. At the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Will Clark, ABC News.
At the time we get rolling with even a partial viewing of the eclipse, President Biden will be on the ground in Madison. Air Force One touching down just moments ago, or is on its way. It's about to. It's supposed to touch down at noon. Might be running a little bit behind. Nevertheless, the president on his way to MATC, where he's expected to announce a new student debt relief plan.
The plan targets runaway interest, canceling up to $20,000 for the 25 million borrowers who now owe more than they borrow. And those making $120,000 or less a year would be eligible to have all of their interest wiped out. The plan would also eliminate debt for borrowers with at least 20-year-old loans.
That's ABC's Mary Bruce. The president expected to deliver his remarks about 1:15 this afternoon.
Today, Spirit Airlines announced it's deferring deliveries of new Airbus planes and plans to furlough about 260 pilots in an attempt to boost liquidity. Spirit's planned merger with JetBlue Airways fell apart earlier this year after it was blocked by a federal judge. The budget airline says the deferrals would boost its liquidity by about $340 million over the next 2 years. And just last week, United Airlines announced it's offering its pilots unpaid time off next month because of late arriving planes from Boeing. That offer may extend through the summer as well, so we shall see. But bottom line here, all of the issues with Boeing are impacting airlines, which are impacting its staff, and then ultimately impacting you if you want to fly.
Well, and Boeing can't get out of its own way right now. They had another close call over the weekend.
The FAA investigating another frightening mid-air incident. The engine cover on a Southwest flight from Denver to Houston ripping open minutes after takeoff. Exit row passengers say it happened as the plane was still ascending. They immediately lit up their call buttons. Southwest says the plane landed safely after experiencing a mechanical issue and says our maintenance teams are reviewing the aircraft. The airline sending passengers to Houston on another plane.
That's ABC's Trevor Alt. I must admit, so my wife and I are traveling in June, and I went back to look at our reservation, just curious what flight.
What kind of plane?
What kind of, not the airline, right? I know that. We're flying Delta, but what plane within the Delta network? And I was relieved to see that it's an Airbus plane and not a Boeing plane. Like, that's where I'm at right now.
You're not alone on that. That's for sure. I mean, when I was flying to Vegas and all of a sudden there were delays and there was an issue and I was watching, trying to see how big of an issue it was, trying to gauge from the conversation when the pilot came out talking to the flight attendant, and then somebody from outside came up, and then the pilot actually got on and announced that maintenance was talking with Boeing engineers about what the issue was. I was like, whoa, hold up. I mean, that was kind of an interesting detail that not all pilots would get on and tell you. So that was kind of fascinating in and of itself. But also, just when you hear Boeing engineers, it makes you pause for a second.
Yeah, and they're no doubt under a microscope right now, so
course.
anything and everything is being talked about. But when you have metal flying off a plane into the wing when you're 10,000 feet in the air, that's just not a thing you put on the internet for clicks. Like, that's a problem. That's a consistent problem that Boeing seems to be having.
And anyone who was on that flight, certainly a scary experience for them.
My goodness, no doubt. 12:14 on WTMJ.
Hot dog, get your hot dogs here. Hot and fresh hot dogs.
Hot diggity dog, it's baseball season. Wisconsin's Afternoon News has partnered up with Vienna Beef to bring you Brewers Ticket Tuesday.
Tune in every Tuesday during the 3 o'clock hour for your chance to win a pair of tickets for an upcoming Tuesday home game for the Milwaukee Brewers.
Nothing says summer like a hot dog in baseball, and we've got both on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
On the home of the Brewers, WTMJ.
Hey, we're inching closer to the playoffs in the NBA. College basketball wrapping up today, but still a chance for you to play. That's right, Underdog Fantasy. Their pick'em game is up and running. It's alive and well. My goodness, it's a lot of fun. Download the Underdog Fantasy app or register online at UnderdogFantasy.com. Here's what you do. Look at the schedule of games in baseball, basketball, college or pro, golf, you name it. Really any sport you can think of, it's available for you at Underdog Fantasy. Then pick between 2 to 5 players from at least 2 different teams. You can mix sports as well. Select higher or lower on player stats, and if your picks hit, you can win up to 100 times your money. Tonight's game, the tournament game. Zach Edey, Purdue, 7-4 center, higher or lower than 26.5 points. You pick. Make another pick, get it right, win money. It's that simple. It's Underdog Fantasy, and it is legal in Wisconsin, must be 18 years or older, and in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates to play. If you're concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Underdog Fantasy. Download the app, use the promo code WTMJ, and Underdog Fantasy will double your first deposit up to $100 and offer a mystery special pick that'll really get you off to the good start you're looking for. It's kind of a freebie to use on your first pick'em entry. It's Underdog Fantasy. Play fantasy games with your friends, do your own thing, but get involved and use that promo code WTMJ. Join me in playing at UnderdogFantasy.com.
Cheese doodles, Mr. Nougat Bar. Oh, here we go. 4-door hatchback.
Some things are fine to buy from a vending machine, but a car's not one of them. That national online company makes it seem convenient, but it won't be so convenient if you have a problem with the vehicle you buy. And if it's after 7 days, good luck. Adam member dealers also let you search online, plus test drive the vehicle before you buy it. And they're right here to handle any issues.
But the car's stuck. No!
Start your search at ADAMM.com.
Well, beautiful early spring day with mostly sunny skies and a high of 64 degrees. Might see some rain tonight with a low of 47, but mild for the temperatures in the overnight. Tomorrow, up to 60 again. Chance of rain early, and 60 is a common theme throughout the portion of the week up until Friday. It's 62 degrees in Milwaukee at 12:17. It's definitely one of those days where timing is everything, right?
I'm thinking about it. I typically, and will today, anchor the newscasts during Spanning the State for 2 and 2:30.
Yeah.
And it always goes like past 2:08. I'm like, am I going to have time? Can I run out?
Oh, you got to fly out with
I
your glasses then, right?
I mean, I want to. I don't want to miss it, right?
No.
I thought about that even when I put on my heels today. Like, is this going to allow me to run at the speed I need to get out there after the newscast?
So for those keeping score at home, Jessica has found official eclipse glasses from 2017, the last time a total eclipse was presented in the state of Wisconsin for people to view and witness. Now, you got all the details about the 2017 eclipse on there, which I think is fascinating.
I thought I had these. I brought it up. I was like, you know what? I feel like I have those in a drawer somewhere. So last night I thought, I've got to check it out. And sure enough, it took me a little bit, but I found them. I had them neatly placed in a little bag. So I had the foresight to think that I might want to use these again. And actually, here's the other thing, though, too. If you have old ones, you need to make sure that they're safe, that they're okay. I mean, if they're scratched up, that's not good to use. But I was in the kitchen looking up at the light, and I'm going to put them on right now, and it's like, oh, where's Greg? I mean, you see absolutely nothing, which is the point. But the cool thing about this is these were from the Milwaukee Public Museum. They are dated August 21st, 2017, and it tells you the time. At that time, we were only 83%. as far as the eclipse. We're close to 90% here in Milwaukee right now. But yeah, it said the best viewing time at that time. And then it also showed you the path of totality at that point, which was completely different than what we're experiencing now in 2024.
Wait, now, did that survive a move, by the way? 2017 to now, were you living in the same place?
Wait, 2017 to now. That's a good point.
Because my junk drawer or everything drawer, I'm very impressed.
Oh my gosh,
with
you're
the
right.
stability of your drawer. And if those made a move, that is all the more impressive.
Oh, no, maybe not. I think I've lived downtown for 7 years.
Okay, nonetheless, those are in great condition for being, 7 years old or so.
They are. And, there are a couple of people, there's somebody else, one of our listeners was writing saying that he or she had 2017 ones as well. And then we'll obviously have a new pair here. So, something else to note, some eclipse glasses I just saw today that were sold on Amazon are being recalled for safety.
Well, keep that in mind. But you got the official ones there. I had somebody on the text line ask if 3D glasses will work. No, I don't think that's going to work well for you today. I had somebody else ask, well, what happens if you don't have the glasses? I'm pretty sure your eyes just sort of fry in your head and you pass out, right? I think that's what happens.
Don't do it. You don't want to damage your eyes. But, there are kind of other ways you can experience. Also, a strainer, a colander, as some people like to call it, you can use that to see it as well. You have to, I don't know all the details to it. I think you have to turn your back to the sun and kind of put it out, and you can see the difference with the strainer. But I thought if I couldn't find my glasses, I was bringing my strainer in.
Okay. That would have been a sight to see, no doubt. So you've got this happening today, and we're approaching the time, about a half hour away from the time where you'll start to notice something. But about 2:08 this afternoon in Wisconsin is when you're going to see the peak for the state of Wisconsin. Keep in mind, the president is supposed to deliver remarks in about an hour in Madison. I wonder if he's timed out his speech to be in the vehicle on his way to the airport, maybe at the airport so he can witness the eclipse. I don't know what the flight rules are here. Do you take off during eclipse? Do you get above the clouds and then you don't experience anything?
Well, yeah. Pilots fly during the dark. They fly at night, so that's okay.
I suppose.
But, that's interesting that you bring up airports because some smaller airports where, charter flights go out or maybe private planes are going out, some of them have been absolutely swamped because pilots want to get out. They want to have that prime viewing in the sky. And happening right now, Caryville, Texas is experiencing a partial solar eclipse. So it's kind of neat to see as this goes across the country who's experiencing what and when. I saw a story last night, too, when I was making dinner. It was about a teacher who had invited, he talked about and taught about the eclipse back in the day. And then he kind of said to his students, the next time one comes around, I'm going to invite you guys to get together. And so sure enough, here comes a 2024 eclipse. And he invited these students back. And so last night, these students were at a picnic, and they hadn't seen this teacher, I don't remember his name, in how many ever years, but they came back. They thought it was so special. They remembered this teacher, and they wanted to get together and be together for the eclipse in 2024.
My daughters are upset that they don't get an afternoon recess today.
No.
That was the big thing at home this morning as we were making breakfast. No recess. It's beautiful outside, and we have to stay in.
That's a bummer.
But they do have a chance to go out a little later in the day with the pinhole viewers that they've created in class, so they are getting into it as best as they can.
And if you're one of the people who's going to be inside, I was saying, I don't know if I'm going to have time to go out there and check it out. If you're going to miss it today, the next one, 2044, 20 years away. That's when the next one comes.
Put it on your calendar. Jessica will still have her 2017 glasses, and they will still be working. It's 12:22 on WTMJ. Outdoor living is great, but it's best when it's at your own home. Well, there's a company called Outdoor Living Unlimited that will build you a deck, a patio, pergola, fire pit, all manner of things to enhance outdoor living at your place, even an outdoor kitchen. Get started right away. Contact Outdoor Living Unlimited now. Get your yard project onto Outdoor Living Unlimited's calendar while there's still openings. OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Hot dog, get your hot dogs here. Hot and fresh hot dogs.
Hot diggity dog, it's baseball season. Wisconsin's Afternoon News has partnered up with Vienna Beef to bring you Brewers Ticket Tuesday.
Tune in every Tuesday during the 3 o'clock hour for your chance to win a pair of tickets for an upcoming Tuesday home game for the Milwaukee Brewers.
Nothing says summer like a hot dog in baseball, and we've got both on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
On the home of the Brewers, WTMJ.
helping people and families seriously injured in accidents and standing up for victims to take the burden off their shoulders. It's Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. You know the phrase, you know the tagline, but it really is much more than just a phrase or a tagline. It's how they do business at Gruber, providing the best care, service, and representation, their top priorities. That allows you to focus on healing. One of the largest personal injury firms in the Midwest, they've been serving people in the state of Wisconsin for over 35 years and giving back to the community in a meaningful way. That in itself is a pillar for Gruber, making a difference and helping others in the community for almost 40 years. Gruber-law.com. Should you need their services, hop online, check them out, see what they're all about, and see how they give back to the community. If you need their services, call 414-276-6666. It's 414-276-6666 for Gruber Law Offices.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Steve and Ashley heard our radio ads over the years, and when it came time to buy their first home, clicked on the blue button. One of our senior loan consultants, Brad, sent them a credit-verified pre-approval the same day and then upgraded to a rock-solid, fully verified and guaranteed pre-approval shortly thereafter. They made a couple offers without success, and then Brad told them about AccuNet's new property-specific pre-approval, where we might be able to include those magic words, no appraisal required. When they wrote their next offer, several $1,000s over asking to make sure someone else didn't end up sleeping in their dream home, their property-specific rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval included that most powerful phrase, no appraisal required, and the sellers picked Steve and Ashley's offer over several others. If you think all mortgage lenders and pre-approvals are the same, think again. Go with a local mortgage lender that has the tools and know-how to help you win and save money, too. Click on the blue button today at accunet.com.
12:25 on WTMJ. Much of Texas now seeing a partial solar eclipse. We are closing in to this astronomical oddity. If you miss it today, you're going to have to wait another 20 years or so. Debbie Lozica helps us navigate how to safely view the events of today.
Well, here it is. It's time for the Great American Eclipse.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
All right, everyone just calm down. It's not like some freaky long-held prophecy is going to come true because of this eclipse. But what really is an eclipse? The director of UWM Planetarium, Dr. Gene Creighton.
A solar eclipse is the magic moment that the moon comes exactly between us and the sun.
Storytellers would tell of the curses and mystical prophecies that were supposed to happen, a typical trope for most of your medieval sci-fi fantasy stories. The thinkers would think and eventually learn to predict these events.
People for many thousands of years have realized that there are patterns for eclipses, and they occur every 18 years, 11 days, and 8 hours.
Well, most of society has long ago abandoned this mystical panic that comes with the temporary darkening of the skies during an eclipse. Now it's merely a novelty for the vast majority of folks, but there is actually more to it than watching a random shadow across the land. According to NASA, the blocking of most of the solar energy during an eclipse becomes really useful, and eclipses are literally the only times this type of research can be safely done from the surface of the Earth. And we need to know about this stuff to learn how to protect our over 9,000 satellites that we know of that are currently in orbit around Mother Earth. So what do we need to remember about finally seeing this phenomenon? First of all, it's not a total eclipse everywhere.
Not in Milwaukee. We should be clear on that. We get a 90% coverage, which is still better than what we had in 2017.
It should look like a big old bite is being taken out of the sun. But we need to be careful if we really want to observe this.
When the sun is its normal brightness, your eyes are trained to realize there's only like a fraction of a second and it gets painful, it's uncomfortable, the eye won't allow it. The reason why an eclipse is dangerous is because your eye can look at it. The problem is it shouldn't.
So what's a self-respecting science nerd to do?
So you can get glasses in advance, and you should. You want to get it from a reputable source.
Remember, these are special glasses.
Solar glasses are not sunglasses. The solar eclipse glasses block 99.9997% of the sunlight. Your sunglasses block 75% of sunlight. It's not the same.
But barring that, there are other safe ways to check this out.
The key is not to look at the sun. You can use a simple thing as a colander. You put it upside down and you see little eclipses happening on the sidewalk. The point is, you want to make sure that you don't look at the sun directly.
And also, for extra safe and successful ways of seeing this,
we decided that it's going to be a rain or shine situation. If the weather is nice, we will have telescopes with special solar filters and, of course, glasses and things outside. But we also will have an indoor setup where we're going to show live stream totality.
You can check out more places for live viewing events on WTMJ.com. So even if we're not worried about any local prophecies or breaking nasty curses, it might be worth it to try some of these events so you can catch this cool phenomenon now. After all, the next one to happen in the U.S. won't be until August 23rd, 2044. Debbie Lazaga, WTMJ News.
Now, about your house. Eric Brown is the president of Siding Unlimited, your contractor for new windows, roofing, siding, decks, and a whole lot more. He knows about your house. So what do you know, Eric?
Are you looking to give your home a new look? Siding Unlimited can help with the big stuff, but there are some little things that you can do to accessorize your home until you're ready for the major improvement. Let's start with the simple. Just hanging a plant, or easier yet, setting plants in front of your home can add color and life to your home. Plants with vibrant colors and healthy growth show your home is alive and well. Replacing light fixtures will definitely give a nice change of pace and help with the night accent lighting. There are other accessories that will help give an updated look to your home, such as custom address plates or even garage door hardware that can be a simple addition that draws the eye and gives you more curb appeal. The little adjustments are nice, but you might be ready for a major improvement. There are newer styles and colors in siding products, window and doors, as well as roofing products that can make your home pop and neighbors impressed. Siding options include different looks with shake siding such as hand split, stagger edge, straight edge, perfection shingles, and natural colors that really stand out. Sometimes new windows and doors can give such an elegant look because the glass alone is so crisp and clean. Whether you try the little things or call Siding Unlimited for the bigger projects, there are different ways to give your house a new look. Sometimes it's just time for the major improvement.
Eric and his crews at Siding Unlimited are your go-to contractor here for replacement windows, roofing, decks, and, of course, siding. They are the best, as acknowledged by the many rewards their suppliers have conferred upon them. Now, take the next step. Check them out at sidingunlimited.com. Siding Unlimited. Siding and a whole lot more.
It's 12:31. I'm Greg Matzik. This is Wisconsin's Midday News. Your top story, Air Force One touches down in Madison.
I'm Jessica Ty. Less than 2 hours away from a solar event.
Mostly sunny today, beautiful day, high of 64 degrees, slight chance of a shower tonight, partly cloudy with a low of 47, slight chance of rain early on Tuesday, then partly cloudy with a high of 60. It's 62 degrees in Milwaukee at 12:32. President Biden on the ground in Madison to unveil his new plan for student loan relief. WTMJ's Julian Johnson is there.
There are some crowds outside. There's some protesters, Palestinian protesters out there regarding the war. And then on the inside, there's about, I'd say 200-ish, 200 to 300-ish people on the inside. That's including media and people that are already just in the general area and just waiting, people taking pictures. People are excited a little bit, just excited to see what happens moving forward.
The White House says the new debt program is relying on the Higher Education Act and will target new categories of borrowers.
Anyone planning to watch the eclipse today should use extra caution. The UWM Manfred Olson Planetarium Director explains that having the correct equipment is critical.
Solar glasses are not sunglasses. The solar eclipse glasses block 99.9997% of the sunlight. Your sunglasses block 75% of sunlight. It's not the same.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano and Eric Bilstead are on the road on their way to Indianapolis, hoping to catch a glimpse.
I'm less concerned about the weather, a little bit more concerned right now that we never quite reach the edge of that path of totality that we're trying, that we are seeking out today.
Here in Milwaukee, we can expect about a 90% eclipse, covering about 2:08 local time.
A fire forced the evacuation of the Quad Graphics plant in Sussex this morning. Quad Graphics tells WTMJ they had to stop production at the plant. The fire was contained to just a portion of the plant. No injuries reported. The cause of that fire is under investigation.
Well, progress is being made at the Wisconsin DOT. Continues to work on the I-43 corridor between Silver Spring and Highway 60 in Ozaukee County. The Good Hope Road off-ramp from 43 northbound has reopened, closed back in December. But as one ramp opens, another one closes. 43 northbound ramp to North Avenue closes tomorrow and will remain closed for about a month.
Stay close. Sports, traffic, and weather next. Saudi Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 12:34.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA, best-selling author and founder of the Neal Group. I have some questions for you. Who does your books? Hopefully not you. There are better things for you to do in running your business. Do you trust the numbers? Good numbers are critical for making good decisions. Are you getting the advice you need to minimize your taxes and put more money in your pocket? A good advisor makes suggestions to help your business grow and minimize taxes, not just put numbers on a form. Do your calls get returned and your questions answered? Many of our new clients tell us they love our quick response time. We have helped countless businesses increase their profits and lower stress. Get the advice you want and need to grow your business and minimize taxes. If you want to get started on the road to making more money and having less stress, visit nealgroup.net right now. That's NEAL group.net. The first meeting is free to see if we can help. Again, nealgroup.net.
At Kendor Marine, we have everything you need but the water. For over 50 years, boaters have found that to be true. Because when they've needed that old part they thought they'd never find, guess what? They found it here, along with everything else you need to keep your boat out there on the water. This is Dave Doro, and boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey boaters, cruise to Kendor Marine. We got everything you need but the water.
KendorMarine.com.
Hey boaters!
Well, if you have an old boat, new boat, or in between, then Kendor Marine is a great place for you to shop. Because not only do we have all the parts and accessories you need for almost any kind of boat, we also have the expert advice that just about any boater is one day gonna need. I'm Dave Doro, and boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey boaters, cruise to Kendor Marine. We got everything you need but the water.
KendorMarine.com.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call. That's all sports desks. Brewers take 2 of 3 against the Mariners in Milwaukee. They post up in Cincinnati tonight for game 1 of a 4-game series. Coverage gets underway at 5:05. Milwaukee 6-2 on the season. The Bucks ride a 4-game losing streak into Tuesday night's home matchup against the Eastern Conference leading Celtics. South Carolina completes an undefeated season, winning the women's NCAA championship in college basketball. The men will crown a champion tonight as UConn takes on Purdue in Arizona. Coverage of college basketball presented by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
Take a look at the roads with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. No crashes to report at the moment. Nothing bad out there. A couple disabled vehicles, but nothing that's impacting the system. Our only delays are our construction spots right now. I-43 southbound, Brown Deer Road to downtown. That's a 2-minute delay. And just a 1-minute delay, 894 westbound, the Mitchell interchange to the Hale interchange.
Traffic is sponsored by Hall Mazda Milwaukee. Visit hallmazdamilwaukee.com.
While you're navigating the roads as quickly and safely as possible, if you see something we should know about, call the WTMJ Hall Volkswagen Traffic Tip Line.
414-238-9329. Beautiful day today. Get out and enjoy it. 64 your high under sunny skies. Overnight low of 47. Might see some rain. Otherwise, partly cloudy skies. Chance for rain lingers into tomorrow. High of 60 degrees under partly cloudy skies. 62 in Milwaukee at 12:37. Well, I am certainly hoping for a 64-degree and sunny day, April 25th.
Yeah.
It's when I will be participating in the MAC Funds Ringer event. So this is 100 holes of golf, Jessica, to raise money for the MAC Fund. This will be my 4th year participating. The weather has ranged from nice to brutal over the last 3 years, so we're hoping for a nice day here. But it's always a great time to be supporting a great cause like the MAC Fund and doing it with a good friend. Gabe Neitzel of ESPN Milwaukee and ESPN Wisconsin is going to join me again. We are going to take the course at the Bog April 25th. Getting blisters on our hands and raising money for the MAC Fund.
Well, you mentioned how, one day it can go from nice to cold to rainy, back to nice and sunny. You never know what you're going to get on April 25th. But I know a couple of years ago, I unfortunately was sick and was unable to participate. And you and our friend Stephen Watson played together and promptly froze. It was a bad day. And it was like the first time I'm like, you know what? I'm glad I'm not playing 100 holes today. I'm okay with sitting this one out.
Regardless of the weather, it's always a great time to support a great cause, and that's the MAC Fund. So over the past few years, Gabe and I have had sort of separate fundraising efforts. And I think combined, we're probably in the neighborhood of $45,000 range.
Yeah, something like that.
That's raised awesome. Over the last few years together. So this year we decided to combine forces. So it's a Greg and Gabe combined forces sort of attack at trying to raise as much money as possible prior to the event on April 25th.
Yeah, and with that, we figured we could reach out to some different partners that we didn't want to choose between, even though all the money goes in the same spot, right? Sure. Choosing between Greg or me. So fortunately for us, our friends over at Screamin' Sicilian, a Palermo's brand, came through in a big way for us. So right now, as we kick this thing off up until the 25th, if you donate $25, at least $25, you will be entered into a drawing for this unbelievable prize pack that Palermo's and Screamin' Sicilian put together. That includes pizza for a year, which is coupons for 24 pizzas, a couple different pizza cutters, a pretty standard one that's got the bottle opener on the end because, beer and pizza go
well. You always
well.
need a good pizza cutter.
Oh, yeah.
Sure do.
A pizza cutter and bottle opener, too. That was the one that caught my eye.
I like it.
But also an awesome pizza oven. So you will have a way to cook these pizzas. It's a retail value of $375, and you can get an entry with just a $25 donation to the MAC Fund through the page that Greg has set up for us.
So we talked about this behind the scenes. So $25 will get you an entry. If you donate $50 or more, we'll get you 3 entries to win that prize pack. It really is cool. It's a nice stainless steel pizza oven. That in of itself, I think, is great. But then pizza for a year, 24 potentially Screamin' Sicilians for you, or Connie's, or Urban Pie, whatever you like.
Well, yeah, first of all, Palermo's has just so many under their roof, but then you just think of all the different Screamin' Sicilians. They've got a stuffed crust, they've got a thin and crispy, a tavern style, not to mention just the regular Screamin' Sicilian, and all those are premium quality pizzas, so you can get 24 of those for free if you enter into the drawing. And again, it's thank you to our friends at Screamin' Sicilian for participating. $25, $50, it all goes to such a great cause. The MAC Fund has been synonymous here with southeastern Wisconsin for so long, and this event that Mike Bilowski has put together with the MAC Fund, they're expanding it out. They're doing one in Illinois and Cleveland, and they've done a great job of expanding it out because even though there's only 20 people or so raising the money, it's been such a big fundraiser for them because of the generosity of all the partners that they've teamed up with, like TaylorMade and the Bog.
It's called the Ringer. That's significant. Explain that for people who don't know.
Yeah, so very significant, and it's one of the cool things, and it's one of the things, so my wife and I recently purchased a house, and I have a lot of these little bells that they give us for participating every year. So this will be my 6th year, so it'll be my 6th bell. And for the kids who are dealing with pediatric cancer and going through those, when they get the all clear, when they've gone through all the treatment and they get the clear of, hey, right, your cancer's in remission, you're cancer-free, as they leave the hospital, they get to ring the bell, signifying that they have they've won their battle. So Mike doing a great job running with that, and again, these little bells for us, that get to participate. It's a nice little memento and a nice little kind of conversation piece. If we put it on our desk here at work, if we set it up at home, oh, what's that? Tell me more about that, and it helps spread the love to the MAC Fund and spread the message of the MAC Fund.
Yeah, it's a great reminder of what the event really is all about. So we want to make it easy for you. If you want to get on this, if you're able to help Gabe and I out and really help out children dealing with cancer in the MAC Fund, if you text the word golf to our talk and text line, it's 855-616-1620. We'll send you all the details. We'll send you our landing page right to your mobile device. It's 855-616-1620. Text the word golf, and we'll send the information right to you. I do ask if you're going to be in on this and you're looking forward to potentially winning pizza for a year, just make sure to fill out all the details with your first and last name just on the donation page so we can find you after we conduct the drawing. That would be helpful for us. But yeah, $25 donation gets you in the running for free pizza for a year, a $50 donation or more, and you'll get 3 entries, so you'll triple your entry allotment. All in the name of a great cause. And we did just find out, Gabe, some breaking news here. We've got a company that's going to help us match donations we receive over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, so a longtime friend of mine who has a charity of his own called Paintings for Pediatrics, Craig Sorbo, founder of that charity, has did it for me last year, offering and going up a little above and beyond this year. Last year did a $4,000 match. This year we're going to do a $5,000 match. The details of that, which are still coming, got to hammer out a couple of those, but Craig wanted me to let the people know that we are going to be doing a $5,000 match through our friends at Paintings at Blue Mountain Country Club, and the centerpiece of it are all these amazing paintings that these kids have done, and they take the proceeds for that and they donate it to places like the MAC Fund that give money to pediatric cancer research, or they even give some money to families in need, because obviously pediatric cancer can be so draining financially. As your child's going through this, a lot of times one parent has to, if both parents work, one parent's giving up that job because they need to be there. They need to be there for the care, so they want to be able to help those families in need as well. So they wanted to be able to donate some money for cancer research as well, because obviously that's such an important part, and that's what the MAC Fund does, in the battle against childhood cancer. So Paintings for Pediatrics jumping in on the fun with me and Greg.
That is amazing. So they'll match all donations that come through up until the day of our event, April 25th, up to $5,000. So if we can get $5,000 raised between now and April 25th, Paintings for Pediatrics is going to add $5,000 to it, and this all goes to the MAC Fund. That's amazing. So text the word golf to 855-616-1620. Very simple, golf, to 855-616-1620. Again, we'll send the landing page for Gabe and I right to your mobile device, and then go ahead and enter. If you can make a $25 donation, we'll get you in that running for free pizza for a year from Palermo's, plus an amazing stainless steel pizza oven. And if you donate $50 or more, you'll get 3 entries. If you can only donate $5 or $10, great. I mean, this is all going toward a great cause. It all adds
up.
Well, you just never know when that, even if it's $1, even if it's $5, $10, that could be the last push that the MAC Fund needs for that little bit of money that they're now giving to a place, that's the grant that place needed to dive in to, have that cancer research funded. So you never know what the dollar amount is going to make the difference. Every little bit makes the difference. And I know it's always been important to you and me, Greg, because of the reach of WTMJ, because of the reach of ESPN Milwaukee. Look, there are probably more people in this event that are going to raise more money than Greg and I. We're cool with that. We want to have the most people, because we want to show that just even those little bit amounts, it all adds up, and it's all really important for the MAC Fund.
Pretty amazing stuff. We're looking forward to it. Hopefully a good weather day, but regardless, we're going to have a lot of fun on the course. We're at the Bog on April 25th.
I have one more important question.
Sure.
Who's the better golfer?
Oh, Gabe is. Yeah. That's what I know.
Easy answer. Okay.
It's fine.
I didn't know.
I was slightly better pre-kids. I'm trying to get back to that range, but Gabe is the better.
It's the advantage I have with no children.
Yeah, his golf balls don't land. They don't land. That really helps him. Although I will say I did have a shot that kind of blew my socks off last year. I was about 145 yards out and hit a 7-iron that holed out from the fairway, though I think it was for a bogey. But nonetheless.
It was still a really cool shot.
Nonetheless, it was an amazing time. So we're looking forward to that. Please text the word golf to 855-616-1620. Golf, 855-616-1620. We'll give you some reminders throughout the course of the week and the next couple of weeks, but we do have an incredible initiative here to try and raise as much money as possible. We've got a match lined up, potentially free pizza for you, all going toward a great cause. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
we'll have
thanks.
some fun.
Yeah. Can't wait for those texts to come flying in.
You bet. They already are starting, so we much appreciate that. It's 12:48 on WTMJ.
QC Kinetics announces the arrival of National Medical Director Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, an acclaimed orthopedic surgeon with 2 decades of experience and extensive research in regenerative medicine.
I was one of the first orthopedic surgeons to do it, and at the same time I integrated clinical research that's resulted in several publications that are really directing the future of regenerative medicine. I was drawn to QC Kinetics after I reviewed their protocols, and everything they were doing is consistent with my own approach.
Today, Dr. Scheinkup leads the entire team of medical professionals at QC Kinetics, taking this exciting medical breakthrough to a whole new level.
What we are doing at QC Kinetics is transforming lives.
Get lasting joint pain relief. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
This is the future of medicine.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
I got a number of texts coming into the talk and text line. Please text the word golf. If you text the word Mac Fund, I don't know what you're going to get. Somebody texted the word watch. Again, I'm not sure what you're going to get out of that. Please text the word golf to 855-616-1620. We'll send you all the details right to your mobile device. Again, it's golf to 855-616-1620. Now, for my good friends at Geis Garage Doors, they are my friends over there in Brookfield. They got a great showroom. I was in there a couple of months ago. First of all, I was amazed at the amount of work they do at the showroom. They've got doors on display, like you would think and imagine. They've got hundreds of doors available for you in stock, doors and openers, as a matter of fact. That might mean a very quick turnaround time for you. If you want to go the custom route, you can do that as well. In fact, I saw some people sanding down a wood garage door, getting it ready for stain. That could be amazing how it would look and transform your home's exterior. Geis Garage Doors. Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Give them a call. They've got doors and openers for every budget. Call them at 262-784-4250. It's 784-4250. Or stop in their showroom just off Barker Road in Brookfield. Maybe visit GeisDoors.com. From Cudahy to Cedarburg and everywhere in between, don't think twice. Call Geis.
For your next night out, make Aria, the acclaimed restaurant inside St. Kate the Arts Hotel, your dinner destination. Aria, nestled on the second floor of St. Kate, is an artful dining experience that captivates with its culinary creativity. Delighting in its offering of artisanal American cuisine, the restaurant transcends tradition and leans into the realm of playful and inventive flavors. Come and experience the magic of Aria, where every bite is a work of culinary artistry. Learn more and make reservations at aria@stkate.com.
Since 1964, we've changed your tires and so much more. Richland's Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richland's.
Burkhardt Sporting Goods in New Berlin is the baseball lover's destination. With a massive state-of-the-art indoor training facility featuring hit tracks with precision analytics, a huge open turf area, and all the best training equipment you need. So get in here and get ready to get better. And we'll help you with this special offer. Buy 20 batting cage credits for $30. That's 25% off. This is Brian Burkhardt, and if you love baseball and softball like we do,
you can't beat Burkhardt.
153rd and National. If you plan on draining buzzer beaters, the place to start is Burkhardt, where you'll find a great selection of residential basketball hoops from the best brand, Gorilla. We'll handle the installation and take care of everything to make it easy from start to finish. And right now when you buy from Burkhardt, standard hoop installation is half price. Only $250 for standard installation. You can't beat that. This is Brian Burkhardt, and when you love basketball like we do,
you can't beat Burkhardt.
New Berlin and Fox Point.
Well, if you're out there looking for a job, I got an idea for you. Planters Peanuts is looking for those in search of life's next nutty adventure.
Did I hear someone say peanuts?
Peanuts for sale, right here next to Mr. Peanut.
Planters is searching for 3 people for a 1-year gig driving the Mr. Peanut Nutmobile around the country. A current Nutmobile crew member says it's a job like no other.
If you want to see the country, spread smiles every day, be adventurous, then be a peanutter.
Job applicants will need a resume, cover letter, and a video demonstrating a proficiency in nut-related puns. Stephen Kaufman, CBS News.
Are you up on your nut-related puns, Jessica?
Well, here's the funny thing. I was telling our producer earlier today in the newsroom, I thought I'd be a great candidate. Graduated with a bachelor's degree.
Yep.
Especially in communications or public relations related field. Okay. Desire to travel. Yep. Valid driver's license. Of course.
Check.
Strong organization, time management skills. Yep. Last one. A proficiency in nut-related puns is a must. Meh.
You think you fall short there?
Yeah, I think I'd fall short.
So do you not know the answer to the question, what do you call a peanut wearing a spacesuit?
Oh.
An astronaut?
Oh. Dun-dun-dun.
See, we could be a package deal.
Yeah,
we could both drive this thing.
That's true. But yeah, they're looking to hire drivers to cruise its Nutmobile. I don't think about the Nutmobile as much as I think about the Wienermobile.
It's amazing. They would actually kind of go hand in hand for those who think bizarre like I do. It's a 26-foot long Nutmobile. You're out there planning events. You're essentially a rolling focus group and marketing tool.
You're essentially a peanutter, is what they call it.
Peanutter.
I mean, listen, this is a rare and coveted job these days.
Yes, it is.
Especially if you're somebody who's young. I mean, it's a blast. And not only that, but speaking of people who are young going around, and we were talking about the Wienermobile.
Yeah.
Wienermobile will actually be rolling through our town, too, in the Milwaukee area later on this week.
Very exciting.
Angus Ain wrote us a little email to let us know.
Okay.
Her real name's Ann Kier. Angus Ain.
What would you rather drive, the Wienermobile or the Nutmobile?
Well, I've seen the Wienermobile. The people are a blast. I brought my dog up to it, got a nice picture with him. I don't know, though. The peanut's kind of, unique. It's got some texture to it with the ribbing of the peanut.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun, too.
I think I would have to look twice at the Nutmobile to realize what it is. The Wienermobile, instantly. You know what it is.
I mean, people are taking pictures of it on the highway.
Yes.
It's buns of fun.
It absolutely is. See, you're off to a good start. They do hand out wiener whistles. I don't know if they do nut whistles.
Oh, yes. The wiener whistles, they go fast, too. And I think that's just why supplies last.
More of that coming up on tomorrow's program. It's 12:55 on WTMJ.
Tony Drake here from Drake & Associates. Big news. Our retirement-ready radio show is moving to a new time slot. Catch us at noon every Saturday. At Drake & Associates, we craft tailor-made plans that not only meet your financial needs, but align seamlessly with your unique lifestyle. Tune in at noon on Saturdays and get retirement ready.
Drake & Associates, LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates, LLC does not provide legal or tax advice.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after, an in-depth recap of every Bucks game in 6 minutes. No more, no less. Bucks in 6 provides game recaps for every game. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis.
Puts it on the floor, spins down the lane, and plunges it through.
Or the deep threes from Dame.
Dame time has arrived with 107.
Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, and wherever you get your podcasts.
I'll say